Hey guys, hope everybody's doing amazing. What is today? Is it Wednesday already? Jesus. These
Yes.
days move so fast. And that's one of the reasons that you got to be getting your grown folks on this summer. Getting your money right, getting your investments right. I mean, I was on Zillow the other day looking at property all over the country. And you need to be ready because this bottom is definitely going to fall out. Um,
Mm.
so don't act surprised when it does. You need to have not only your education in order, but your money in order so that you can go and pick up some of these properties. So if you haven't already got your real estate investment on, I want to introduce you to Chiquita Lindsay, who is the Queen QWEEN real estate investing, and my wingman this morning, Miss Yvette Signing. But Chiquita's going to be talking to us about why it's critical that you get in the real estate game now. And to help support your grown folks summer, we're going to be giving away overnight accommodations in Orlando or Vegas. You can win one or the other if you go to bit.ly/ grown folks 2021. Has everybody registered and put their name in the hat? Has everybody posted on their social media and tell people we about to have a grown folks summer? And baby, you just can't be grown without your own money. Hello? You can't be grown without your own property. You just can't grow up, living broke. So I'm gonna turn it over to you, Kita. First of all, tell us how your retreat went in Kentucky.
Oh, wow. It was an awesome retreat. We had over 20 people. They bought houses, they bought land, and they had a ball. And they're ready to come back and do it all over again. It was
I
just
bet they are. We're gonna have to talk about that.
right.
Um, with that being said, you kind of started to see what the value
Right.
of
Absolutely.
what I was telling you about, and that's
Absolutely.
what you guys have to realize is that there's so much knowledge that we don't have. And when you start to open up that Pandora's box of knowledge, you start being more comfortable and more confident because some of your fear, so say for instance, of fear of real estate investing, is because you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
And that's why the Bible says, while you out there doing all that getting, get an understanding.
Mm. Yes.
It said all you're getting, make sure you get an understanding. So, let's talk about real estate investment. If you guys haven't shared the broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast. And let's talk about what is it that we're missing?
Wow. Yeah, I think most people think that they have to have a lot of money to get started. Most people think they got to have perfect credit. Most people want to wait to get started. And with real estate, you can't wait. You got to get out there.
I
You know,
think that's
Mm-hmm.
all things, though. They say weight broke the bridge. And
okay.
as women, we tend to wait and wait and wait. Good morning, Sheree, until things get bad.
Mhm.
And then we want to jump out there. But, you can't wait till things get bad.
Right. You're right. We've been through last year was pretty bad, and I think it woke a lot of people up. I always say, I've been saying for years, real estate is where you need to be, and now people see it's even better now in the real estate market if you know what you're doing and you got the right knowledge.
Mm.
Right. With us women, we got to own something. We got to own something that nobody takes from us that's going to pay us forever. And we can leave it as a legacy. And real estate is the only thing that I know that does that. And it's so
That's
easy. You don't have to be a genius. I always say if you can count and do your ABCs, you can invest in real estate with the right guidance.
And girl, sometimes even if you can't,
Yeah.
Cece, you know what? Cece said something. She said, we're missing execution. We get stuck watching webinars. I'm
Wow.
about to start a series of sleepovers where you come into the sleepover with an agenda and some objectives, and you leave with your stuff done.
Oh my God.
No
I
more
need to be.
watching the webinars, no more procrastination, no more let me figure it out later, no more the kids are hungry, the man car broke down. You come into the room, it's going to be more than worth your money because when you walk away, you're going to walk away with your stuff done. I really think this is going to change the industry because this is how we learn it as humans in person
Mm-hmm.
with the help
That's
of
deep.
a facilitator or with the help of the people around us.
Right.
You get us on those webinars and we feel too ashamed to answer questions and too, but you get people in the room, somebody gonna raise a hand and answer the question that you wanted to ask.
Right. And I think you're so right, Coach. You're motivated while you're there. Then when you get back home, you forgot it. So if you get it done there, you got a plan to run with it, even before you leave there.
Absolutely.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
I think that's part of the execution that we're missing is we go off to ourselves trying to accomplish it. And then when we get off to ourselves, if we forgot this one little thing coach said or one thing hangs us up,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to leave it there. Yvette, what do you think?
Coach, I'm just over here like that is me all day. I just am not the one that's gonna do webinar and then go right then and do the task. And I love the idea of those sleepovers. I was telling somebody about it yesterday. In fact, my daughter. And I was like, you just need to let her do your stuff. Just let her do it because you're not gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is this, hey, that's what money is for. If you have it and you can't accomplish it or you can't do it, you pay someone to do it. Just like you hire your housekeeper, you know, just like you hire your yard man, you know, that's it is what it is. And if you need it and you want it, you gotta find the money to go get it.
But I
And I
think
was also
though these sleepovers kind of bridge the gap uh, between the people that can't afford 25, 40, $50,000, you know,
Right.
to for us to do it for them.
hmm
This is going to be the place where ideas meet implementation.
Right. There's a certain
you
amount of
know,
accountability when you're there.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
But back to this whole grown folks summer thing, guys. Make sure you register to win overnight accommodations in either Orlando or Vegas by going to bit.ly/ grown folks 2021. But let's go back to this whole real estate thing because another thing that we realized is that for so long we meaning women and African Americans were excluded from owning land.
You're right. Right.
hmm
Even women couldn't own land. It was always the men that could own land. And now
mm
women are still behind in owning things. And, we're
mm
in danger as women because we live longer of living and dying in poverty. And that's where real estate can bridge the gap. It's better than your 401k. It's better than your pension. When you're gone, all that's gone. You may run
Right.
out of money with that 401k. You may run out of, well, not run out of money, but you're not going to have enough money to live on because everything is going up in price. And that's where real estate bridges the gap. You can really determine how much money you want, how much money you need to live on, instead of waiting on the government to tell you you're going to get a $20 raise next year. And a
Let's
gallon
talk
of milk
about
is
these
$5.
and Chiquita, let's talk about these 401ks.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you I've lost enough money in my 4K in my lifetime to about 3 or 4 houses.
See, exactly. It's all a system. It's a system. America is a corporation. We now need to make sure we're building our own retirement and our own funds. And your pension, your Social Security, that was just meant for you to supplement what you're already getting. And
mm
it's not enough to live on. And so we as women, real estate's going to do it. Owning something, own a lot of properties. You basically decide how much you need and go for it. And this is the best time that keeps getting gooder and gooder. And I know that that's not a real word, but that is the truth. That is the truth. Gooder and gooder. And the people that were here this past weekend in that retreat, they saw. I've been telling them, but until you see it yourself and put your hands on it, then it's real. And I'm proof that it's real because I know I worked a job for over 37 years and realized I could not live off Social Security, can't live off a pension, can't live on a 401k. But that's that real estate, no matter what the economy does. If the real estate bust, that property's still around the corner, still driving around. Now, people gonna always need a place to live, and everybody don't want to buy their primary residence. There's the urban new age, they only want to be renters. They don't want that responsibility.
Yeah.
And so it's us.
I'm one of those because I don't want it. I mean, but I am interested in having an Airbnb.
See,
that's
short-term rentals. Real estate is creative. Whatever you can think about doing with real estate that's legal can be done. Can be done. Like you said, you don't want to be a homeowner. You just want to have short-term rentals. A lot of money in short-term rentals, right? But you got to have the right knowledge, and the time is now. Don't wait. Own something, a piece of land, pitch a tent on it, drive your car on it, and sleep on it. There's so many things you can do to be able to retire early, retire on time. Don't have to work until you're 70. When people say, I've been in my job for 45 years, I want to hit them with a V8 spoon. Why?
You want to do what with them, Keita?
I want to hit them with a V8 spoon. Pop them in the middle of the head. Why have you been there? That's not an award.
But the thing is, you don't know what you don't know. And had you not met me, you'd be at your job 45 years. And these people you helping, had they not met you, they wouldn't have real estate and options to be able to leave a job. So as women, is this whole you don't know what you don't know, but when will you humble yourself and get the knowledge that's going to change your life?
Wow, that's it. That's it. That is it. That's the key. That's the key.
You're not going to figure out how to do it right on Google. You're not going to figure out how to do it right on YouTube. Y'all out there trying to build y'all businesses with all these free webinars. And by the time you spend all this time and money and energy, and even if you don't spend $1, you ain't made one.
Right. Right. You're right.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, look, in the money you losing in that 401k, you could have had some real estate and went and sat down somewhere.
You're right, Coach. You're right. People lost 2 and 3 houses. I had a guy told me he lost $250,000. I was like, wow, you could have had $1 million worth of real estate with that $250 you lost.
But that's the system. You said it, Keita. This is all the system. And the only way to get outside the system is to educate yourself, get you some education, and start controlling your own life. Instead of letting people control your life for you.
Right. You're so right.
That's what you said about that, controlling your life. And people are just dedicated to their job. I watched a TikTok last night, said this girl was like, you're putting too much emotion into your job, because those people don't care about you.
At all.
They don't. If something happens in your life, they don't care about you. If you had a flat, if your child fell and broke their arm, they don't care. All they care is if you're in that seat performing that job. And she was like, take all of the emotion out of it. Just do your job, and that's it.
And I like it, Coach, when you say, what would your 70-year-old self say to you?
Absolutely. She said, get up off your rump. She said, I'm not going to be eating tuna every day. I'm not going to be sitting up in a cramped house with nothing to do. I worked all my life, and right now I'm working so hard to be able to move my stuff to automation so I can start enjoying the money I make. You don't want to work forever.
You don't.
But if you don't take a gamble on something right now, you're going to lose it all later. Because gambling on retirement is not enough. Gambling on Social Security is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Even gambling on your 401k. Man, I saw this story on American Greed about the doggone woman. Hey, Michael, about the doggone woman in New York. The people that work on the subway have a union, and she was managing a fund and ran off on the plug with all their funds, spent every dollar they had.
Wow.
Well, you can sue her, and the court can say she needs to make reparations, but if she done bought purses and shoes and stuff that you really now houses and cars, you can sell and get your money back.
Mm-hmm.
But if she done bought all this stuff you really can't sell,
Mm-hmm.
that depreciates immediately.
Right. And you're
Yeah,
right.
them people get their money back.
Right. They'll probably never get it back. Never get it back. And when you think about it, they are gambling with, they're taking your 401k and they're getting rich. They're taking that
Yeah.
pension money and they're getting rich. They're only giving you 1% of it.
They sure are. But guess what? When it's a loss, you take the whole loss.
You do. You do. You get a bulletin. Hey, we lost all your money. Too bad. We lost your pension money. Your IRA is gone. We lost it all. So then what do you do? Right.
Start over.
You can't. You have to work. You can't even work 2 lifetimes to get it back.
I know.
You
But
can't.
that's what you got to do. You got to start over.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then, so you got to say to yourself, I'm going to do something different.
Right. You got to do something. And I always like to say, okay, wait, maybe the real estate market goes down. Your property was worth 100,000. Now it's only worth 50. So what? You still getting rent money every month. You still getting paid. It didn't shrink from a 3-bedroom to a 2-bedroom. You can still ride past it. But if you lost something in the stock market, where does it go? Thinner. Where does it go? It's just numbers on paper.
It is. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, that's all money is anyway.
Money on paper, a piece of paper with a dollar sign on it. But if you got something you can touch and feel, an asset, it's there. If I gotta walk out of that big house and go live in this little 1-bedroom, it's mine. I don't have to pay for it. It's mine.
Yes.
Right. It's leverage. Your son's in jail. I don't care if you don't want to get him out, whatever. You got leverage. Real estate is leverage. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So, Chiquita, tell us about your retreat. What happened?
Oh, it was a great retreat. They'll have to come. They'll have to get on that interest list for me to tell them all about it. I will tell you, we got richer this past week.
Ooh, that's so good.
With real estate and land. They did. So we had a ball.
I missed it. I just saw the pictures. I didn't even know you had your retreat already.
We're going to have a few more, so be looking out. We'll have a few
Exactly.
more.
I was just getting ready to talk to you about that. A few more.
Right. We're going to have a few more this year. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. The ladies all look so beautiful. I was like, "Ooh, Chiquita just in the wind." I love it. I love it, and I'm just so proud because I feel like that you're my big sister, and you were already here, and I see the evidence of what Coach has taught you. So, I'm so excited for my turn.
Right. Your turn is coming fast.
Yep. And, our mission is for women. We're definitely partial for women being able to invest and build their businesses. And it's just amazing. If it wasn't for Coach, I wouldn't be here. I would probably be fired by now, living in poverty. My air conditioner will be on 80. Half the lights will be out. My refrigerator probably be empty. So I don't even know.
Let me tell you something. I think what y'all miss is that once you come over here and get an education in money, nothing is impossible. Right. Because my education is not just in money, it's in abundance. It's in taking action. It's in knowing who you are and moving your feet. And we've got to stop sitting still, waiting on the bag to chase us. You know what the little girl say? I want the bag to chase me, Morgan, Morgan.
I remember that.
No,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah.
You got to chase the bag, and you've got to be so strategic and deliberate and methodical. But it also
Absolutely.
requires you to search your heart, stretch, and change. The 100 days of favor this morning, we talked about how God wants you to go bigger.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it's scary. It's scary even for me. And I think that that's why I have plateaued for so long. And I do feel like I hit a plateau because, now I should be beyond making $1 million a year. I should be making 3 million, 5 million, 10 million a year. But I plateaued
Isn't it?
because everything is so scary.
Yes.
And you think it's scary at zero. It's really scary when you make the kind of money that can't nobody pay your bills over here.
Mhm.
Mm.
So really making sure that um you're being obedient to whatever you're being called to do without $1 million worth of confirmation. Oh, girl, that's confirmation right there. Then you call 10 more people, and that's confirmation. Meanwhile, your 401k is tanking.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, they looking at your suspect on your job.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, your bank account is steady fluttering down, and
Mhm.
you done spent the money that you had over and over and over. And people tend to look at us and say, well, that's expensive. Her class cost a lot. But my question is, if you plan to make $1 million, if you plan to have $1 million in real estate, you don't want to spend at least 15 or $20,000 toward that.
Right.
You think you're just going to get it, and it doesn't work like that because it's way more people that want it than people that have it.
Yeah, you're
Mm.
right. You're right
That's
about
what Drake say, way more. And I told y'all what Lil Wayne said last night. It ain't tricking if you got it.
that.
So whatever you want to buy, as long as you got the money and it ain't gonna make you squirm and your people is taken care of and you got generational wealth, your kids got trust funds, girl, go buy it.
Mhm.
Mm.
I love
Mhm.
2 Chainz show. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it.
I have.
Was he
It's
going around
called
and introduce people,
the
business
most
people?
the most expensive is.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have you seen it?
a couple of times. Yeah.
Well, they had on there like some $2,500 chicken wings
Mm.
where they put shaved gold on the chicken wings and you eat them.
Yes. I saw that. It's
So,
ridiculous.
so I say that to say, but that's what people do
Yeah.
with their money when they have ridiculous amounts of money. I never
Yeah.
comment on how people spend their money because that's between them and the Most High. And my thing is, especially if you worked for it, I really don't have
Hmm.
anything to say.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
that's true.
Keita, do you
That show
have
is
uh, exactly? Michael said they'll get in line and spend $100 for a Powerball ticket.
Yeah.
Keita, do you have a
Mhm.
free giveaway you'd like to offer them this morning?
Uh, Coach, I do. I got so many links in
That's
my
all
head.
right. Look for her. She'll be back for 3 whole days in the next week or so. So be on the lookout. We'll send y'all an email to make sure you catch in.
Okay.
But she'll be back for 3 entire days to let you know how you can get involved in investing in real estate. She ain't going nowhere.
Right. I will. I'll be back.
And if you haven't already registered to win your overnight accommodations in Orlando or Vegas, make sure you register because we'll also send out a contact list to that email.
awesome.
Well, we're going to get
Awesome.
out of here because we are building, building, building behind the scenes. But again, if you have not already applied to win those overnight accommodations at bit.ly/grown folks 2021, you need to make sure you do.
Okay.
And quit trusting the government with your money. Okay, then that's all I got to say for the FBI coming out my door down.
Yeah. I want to say, ladies, you're going to have to get you a piece of real estate to retire. Retire early with real estate.
Absolutely. And quit playing with your retirement like you got forever, because you don't.
Right. You don't.
It's right around the corner.
Right.
All right. Love you guys. Y'all have an amazing day. And we will see you at 9 p.m. tonight for more of Grown Folk Summer.
Thank you, Coach.